Thanksgiving is a 2023 horror film directed by Eli Roth. It's written by Jeff Rendell, and we have a cast including Patrick Dempsey, Ty Olsson, Gina Gershon, Lynn Griffin, and various others. And the performances are really good. The characters are reasonably well written. I like the narrative quite a bit. It pretty much starts off with a Black Friday riot that ends with some pretty horrific moments, and then somebody with a traditional Thanksgiving garb and mask decides to start killing people over time. And it's a pretty gory Thanksgiving. It's set in Massachusetts. It's actually set in Plymouth, which is the founding location of Thanksgiving. And I thought that worked really well. The setting is great. We have a lot of different locations. The characters are very well written. The concept, I think, is quite fascinating because the killer is wearing a John Carver mask and we don't know his identity. And the big question, of course, is who is doing this and why are they doing this? And I think that mystery aspect is very well written. I think it makes a lot of sense within the context of the story. And I had a lot of fun with it. I think the narrative is really great. It's not the scariest film. There are moments when it's a little gory, which I quite enjoyed, but it definitely isn't terrifying. The narrative is interesting. I guess the specifics of the narrative are not that interesting. The action that takes us from point A to B to C may not be the most interesting, but the overarching concept is still quite fascinating. And I guess that was enough to keep me engaged, to keep me wondering ultimately what's going to happen, who is responsible for this, why are they doing this? I had enough questions and I really wanted those answers, and that was enough to keep me engaged. And as I said, there are some gory moments that I quite liked as well, and just the concept I thought was pretty decent. So a reasonably well executed narrative with some decent characters, good performances, a strong Thanksgiving feel. Certainly the beginning, the Black Friday riots. I'm pleased that Black Friday is not quite as big a thing in the UK. We still have Black Friday deals, but if it were, I'd like to think I wouldn't leave my house on that day. At least I wouldn't go anywhere near shops because it just looks absolutely crazy. And the film definitely helps to highlight that and the dangers that can happen thereafter. Decent film. I enjoyed the concept. The execution is okay, but the mystery aspect works really, really well. It's not particularly scary, but it is a little gory. And ultimately, I came away from it feeling pretty satisfied with the experience. If it sounds like something that might appeal to you, if you're curious to see what it's like, then needless to say, I'm pretty happy to recommend Thanksgiving.